Hi, today is April 5th, 2025, and here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 523 for the year, First Contact Day. In big ways and small ways, I celebrate my geekiness every day. But today is First Contact Day, so forgive me if I revel a bit more than usual. The idea that the Vulcans or that any other aliens are out there waiting for us to achieve a certain milestone is a beautiful idea and yet another reason for us to strive. Of course, the milestone need not necessarily be technological, like the development of the warp drive engine. It could be spiritual, like the development of compassion spread among some critical mass of sentient beings. Today I celebrate Gene Roddenberry and the visionaries that followed him in keeping the Star Trek franchise alive, except for the useless fools who came up with Star Trek Section 31, which came out earlier this year. There aren't many things I wish I could unwatch, but that is one of them. But despite that horrendous travesty, I am happy to be celebrating in my hopelessly geeky way another First Contact Day. Poem number 524, The Only Force. He missed the challenge of making her come and the sense of pride in his accomplishment when she got there, when he got her there. He missed the power of the force within her that flooded into him as she held his head still while she rumbled and shook. Nothing against Star Wars, really, but in those moments that was the only force he wanted to know about. Poem number 525, Visitation. That website was a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there. Poem number 526, Freddy Funnel Cakes. Freddy Funnel Cakes had a funnel cake for a head, and he was really pissed off at me for creating him. What the fuck am I supposed to do with a fucking funnel cake for a head? I don't even understand how I'm fucking talking. Do I even have a fucking mouth? He said to me. And birds keep swooping down and biting off pieces of my funnel cake head, and the powdered sugar is making me want to sneeze, but do I even have a fucking nose? I am the stupidest character you have come up with in a long fucking time, Freddy Funnel Cakes said to me, and I couldn't help but agree. Poem number 527, it's a haiku. Crush. Dresses all in black. Shines like a blinding bright star. Is loved from afar. Poem number 528, Engage. An article in the Times about how one might more fruitfully spend one's time online offers this advice. Engage with things that someone put a lot of work into. I'm afraid that might leave out these poems that I post daily. For the most part, they flow out of me effortlessly. I rarely put a lot of work into them. Sometimes they take a while to flow out of me, but I don't struggle. Instead, I might pick up the Times and read an article about how one might more fruitfully spend one's time online. I pass along the article's advice, even if it might lose me some readers, because that's the kind of person I am. And the last poem of the day, poem number 529, Hashtagless. I could mark this post with a First Contact Day hashtag and draw more people to these poems. But I can only imagine the Trekkies being like, nice FCD poem, but what is the rest of this shit? What's with this force shit and funnel cakes shit and so on? So I will keep this post like most of my posts, hashtagless, and let whoever finds these poems find them on their own. I believe that that is for the best. All right, that's it. Thank you. I appreciate you.